I've put together an experiment for y'all to be working on while you're at home. One of the things that I've been doing is playing in my garden. I love to plant and I love ecology. And as many of you know, that's what I did in college was I studied ecology, and it's my very, very favorite thing in the world to do. And so I want y'all to get to do that and have a little bit of taste of being an ecologist and a gardener. And so one of the things that you have in your packet, it looks like this. It's a great big packet. It doesn't say teacher on it. It's just like that. You have a cup. This is going to be your materials. And you have some soil. And you have seeds. And you have a seed observation journal. At the beginning of the year, we studied plants a little bit, and we talked about the needs of plants. They need soil, they need sunlight, and they need moisture to germinate and to grow. So you're going to be watching your seed germinate and grow throughout the next few weeks. When you open up your observation journal, it says what my plant looks like. Well, it's not going to look like a lot right now, is it? So basically, you're just going to do your cup and maybe draw your soil and maybe draw a picture of you watering it to get it ready and show that you have sunlight on it. Maybe you put it on the windowsill. You might want to put it on your porch or somewhere where it's not going to get too terribly hot, but it does need to get some kind of sunlight. And then you're going to describe the steps of how you set up your experiment. If this isn't enough room for you to write, absolutely, please feel free to go on the back and write some more. Then you're going to have several days after that, up to 20 days, of where you're going to draw what your plant looks like now. Did it germinate by day 4, or is it not going to until maybe day 8? I have that labeled on there. Say your seed decides to sprout on day 6. You can totally add that on here. You can add on every single day if you want to. I just have several days on here for you to measure the growth of your plant. And you're gonna measure in centimeters, just like we showed you in the video for your math lesson. Okay, so you're going to be measuring the growth of your seed. You're gonna be making observations about what your plant needed to grow. And at the very, very end, it's going to say what I observed as my plant grew. So you're going to take notes of what all you did. What did you see? Did you need to take it out of its cup and transplant it and put it in your garden? I think that'd be awesome if you start your own little garden. That would be amazing. Throughout this process, I would love to get pictures from you of your flower. I would love to see extra writings, messages, emails, text. You can FaceTime me so I can see you watering your plant and telling me about it. These are zinnias. And I actually ordered these online for my garden because it showed that they had huge blooms, and I wanted some bigger zinnias than what I've been able to find here in town. And so I've already planted several in my yard, and they've already sprouted and come up. They haven't bloomed yet because it takes several weeks for that to happen. So this does not go all the way to what it's going to bloom. It's not going to bloom by day 20. So what you're going to do at the very end is you're going to take your seedlings and plant them so you can see how much they're going to grow. And you're going to want to space them probably 8 to 10 inches at least apart. That way they have room to grow because they need space. Plants also need space to grow. So you have several seeds in here. I would try to sprout all of them. And pretty much they're all going to if you have the right conditions. And so you may need to take some of them out as they get bigger because they're going to grow together and they're going to compete for nutrients. And once you get them in the ground, the better they'll do. So on day 20, that's totally fine if you want to do that. If you want to take them out of the cup and plant them in your garden, please do that. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, so don't feel afraid to move your plants around. The good thing about doing it in the cup on a windowsill is that you can control its environment more. Scientists like to have a controlled environment. That's why they have greenhouses. That's why they have laboratories, because they want to make sure there's no extra factors that are going to mess up the quality of their experiment. And so make sure that you're giving it its water. Do not overwater it though. If you touch the soil, it's already damp. It doesn't need any more water. If you have a mister, like a one of those water bottles, you can just spray water on it. That's the best for these because it'll get enough water in there for the roots to suck up and to go to the rest of the plant, but it won't be so much that it drowns the roots and rots them. So let me know if you have any questions on these. I'm super excited to see your plants and watch them grow. And I'm going to show you some pictures of my garden and send that to y'all. I have so many flowers. But specifically, I'm going to show you the zinnias so you'll know what they look like when they come up, what to be looking for. Anywho, and so you'll be able to track the growth of mine, also with yours. So have fun with that.